9919 FM way inside. It's just about 7 o'clock on the dot. We not false advertising at all. We ain't we told you. So there was a y'all who have been listening to us unconventional for the last hour. We gave y'all that musical, just to calm you down, get you in that mood. Well, not really calm you down, but to get you in the mood. Get you where you need to be. Have you all energetic if you was having a kind of not too good day. Day was going a little rough. You get to wind up a little bit. You get to scream at the top of your lungs in your house and sing and... We have a new thing that I just be doing now. So I now check our group there and realize the number that I was looking to put on and play now. Shout out to all of y'all that are locked on, all on the Facebook, on the YouTube, on the just share the live. Let them know, hey, they're on, we're on. Josephine is inside with us as well. Still have some little two little treating, little small tweaks and things to tweak up, but we tweaking as we go. Come closer to the mic. This one going outside to talk to a woman. He going to tell her, here what's going on, wherever we discuss here have nothing to do with you, baby. I love you. And this is just all show business. That way you going outside to tell you, huh? Want to say shouts to Leslie, Malcolm Blackman, good afternoon to you. Gladys Phillips, good afternoon to you. And all of y'all that are on the inside as well, good afternoon. All let's check in, huh? We not started till all let's check in. And to you misbehaving person on the YouTube, good afternoon to you too as well. I'm seeing you, yeah. So if only didn't know I'm glad to be out. And of course, coming from, I'm going to be out on Sunday as well, and this week coming here. So all of y'all who have been calling, asking, praying, and all the other different things, are good. I'm okay. Well, in fact, I'm speaking it into being, right? Yeah. See, Josephine said a sneeze or kind of thing. What these guys and them, they're making sure they're sending their messages to the significant others to let them know, hear what's going on, honey. You're safe, all right? Just remember, we just on radio, we doing we thing and whatever, because today, this week is going to be very, how to put it? It's going to be kind of sticky. Last week, we stopped off. You remember where we stopped off last week?
Yes, about the band women who are married.
Right. Pull this a little closer to you.
From live, am I?
Yeah.
So yes, Dale, we stopped off last week when you posed the question of what a woman can do where she and the husband has told her that he's gay. But they're both very much into the church, and what can she do because the marriage has not been consummated?
Right. I remember now.
So what is a woman to do? What is a man to do? Because it can go both ways. That the woman might tell the man, sorry, darling, I love you as a human being, but I am attracted to women. supposed the man to do in that case?
If the wife come out and say that?
Yeah.
I don't know. What if you was in that position? What you would have done?
But I'm not married to a woman, Dale.
No. I mean, right, just now. Let's see if I understand what you're saying, right? So, what you're saying is that if it is that you're married,
Yes.
and the man comes out and says, here what's going on. The man tells the woman, here what's happening. I am not interested in women. I am interested in the same sex. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You put yourself in that position as the wife.
Mm-hmm.
What would you do? What would be your next move?
Well, I consider myself to be spiritual more than religious.
So you take it into the Lord in prayer.
Well, I will be telling him, darling, I love you, but however, kiss, kiss, one of us got to go through the door.
And it's not
However,
going to be you.
Well, I like to consider myself as an independent woman.
Right.
So we'd have to have a discussion, a conversation. We'd have to communicate. And whether it is if you're renting, somebody moves out, or we both move out and go our separate ways, or if it is that we have a mortgage and a house together, we'll have to come to some sort of agreement. Now, there was a famous actress from the 1950s or so that she used to say she's a fantastic housekeeper. She always keeps the house whenever she divorced her husband. I'm not like that. I actually believe in being, a little bit fairer, and we'll have a conversation, or several conversations. However, fortunately, I cannot speak for the person who is very much into the church and their church community.
Right.
They will have to figure out for themselves what they can do. Because for some people, it is about keeping up appearances. It's about how society will look with them.
Right.
And they'd may rather prefer to be married in a sexless relationship and ultimately celibate rather than divorce and say to the world, hey, the marriage didn't work out.
Well, I mean, the thing about it is that a lot of people tend to want to, want for better word, put on an image to people that, things are so good. And I always remember telling my son's mother, I say, sometimes, she'll be scrolling through Instagram or the other platforms and seeing all these couples that doing these social media videos.
Yes.
And it is apparent that, they're so happy and they're living the ultimate love life.
Yes.
And I told her, I said, that half of that is fake. Because most of the time, these people put on the show to make money because this is the bread and butter. And because it's bread and butter, I am putting on this image, but at the end of the day, some of us were sleeping on separate beds.
Yes.
I personally know.
And perhaps even separate houses or
Correct.
apartments.
Well, for some of them, they know Trinidadians real fast, so they ain't going in separate house. What they will do is, the couch is yours, or if it have 2 or 3 bedrooms in the house, this bedroom is yours. I know people personally, they go to church, they sit down next to each other, they hold hands, they hug up, they drive to church together, but as church is over, they go their separate ways.
Yes.
But it's just to paint that image that, hey, I am holier than thou and all these different things. And this is not to bash nobody in any way. But the thing about it is, and I want to cause a little bacchanal on this show today.
Should I be surprised?
I'm going to call her a pastor. So I'm calling the pastor there while it is we're talking. But yeah, I don't know.
And as I mentioned last week, and you said it's across the board, that for some women, for a certain generation, if you're pushing 30, you want to get married. Else you feel that society is going to look upon you as if to say, well, something not quite right with her. Maybe she needs some seasoning. Maybe she needs some shad of benny and green seasoning. if she's not married by the age of 30. And some persons, because it can also apply to men, may decide, you know what, I need to fit society norms, whatever that's in their head of what society norms are, and get married by the age 30.
Right.
And that may not necessarily be the right fit.
Right.
As I mentioned last week too, I know someone that he asks himself every day, every night, if he were to ask his wife to marry him at that particular point in time, would she still say yes?
Right.
And I think that's a fantastic way. So in fact, not just your wife. It could be a wife with regards to her husband. It could be, what if you're in a same-sex relationship? Would you want to be in that same... Would you want to be with that person if they were to ask you, would you marry me? Would you move in with me? At that point in time, that night. And also by the same token, what are we ourselves doing to make ourselves the best person that, you'd want the other person to be attracted to? That you want to say, oh gosh, Josephine is the best thing since Shadow Benny and Green Seasoning I want in my life. Or they might say, Dale, he has the voice, But what is he like, first thing in the morning? Will he make me breakfast in bed? Will he bring me cereal,
No,
freshly squeezed orange juice?
This is something that a lot of people don't sit and think about. And I was having a conversation with a friend who they're going through a little relationship, something. They've been with a person. The person has money. So they're showing them with money, with gifts, doing different things for them. And it's doing absolutely nothing for them. I mean, it's like, how to put it? They have somebody else who has caught their attention.
This is the female?
Yeah, the female.
Okay. And
she is living with somebody else. But she's met somebody who is showing her love.
Yes.
And, she was like, imagine I got something that I always wanted, dreamed of having. It was given to me by this man that I'm living with.
Yes.
And I'm unhappy. I'd rather sit on the phone and talk to the other person because I'm in love with them.
Yeah.
And, one of the things that was being said is that all they care about is, time. All they really care about is, showing me affection, showing me love. And sometimes we as men, because I pondered on it and I took a pause, because I started to evaluate myself too. And evaluate even like past relationships and stuff. And I started to realize that we as men, we go into provider mode so quickly.
Yes.
Where we believe that the best thing to do is to work hard, make money.
Yes.
Work hard, make money, sleep. Work hard, make money, sleep. And we forget that we worked hard to get the woman that we have.
Yes.
That she home, she ain't going nowhere, she waiting on you.
Yes.
You might come home, you're too tired because you're working hard. Now, at the end of the day, nobody's saying bills are not important. And to me, if you talk to me about this just about 2 or 3 months ago, I would have tell you you're talking shippiness. Because you have to prioritize. And money is important because you need to make money.
Yeah.
But then when I realize you're comfortable because you know she's there.
Yes.
You're working.
Yes.
But the minute that she's no longer there,
Yes.
you can't function to work.
Yes.
And then you start asking yourself, what did I do wrong?
Yes.
And we miss the point that sometimes all we need, and sometimes I realize that with women it's different. When a woman leaves, it's because she would have already left months before.
Yeah, mentally, emotionally, psychologically.
So you're just disconnecting phases.
Men do the same thing too. But then the thing is, then you see things though.
Platinum, you just disconnecting phases?
Look at Madonna, right? As in the singer Madonna. It was said that she used to have appointments, date nights set up with her husband Guy Ritchie. And of course, at the time, there's a lot of, laughter. Oh, how she gets night with the husband,
Right.
put it in the diary. But when you're so busy and you're so focused, maybe that's not such a bad idea after all, that you book in every Friday or every Wednesday as your date night.
Right.
And make sure that you have that couple time, because with all the money in the world, she might be feeling lonely at home and is attention from the other guy. And it could work both ways too. That the woman might be so involved with the kids, which is natural, and another woman might wink at him and he might go over and want to have a little bit of a conversation with her.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is, at the end of the day, if you are living together, if you're supposed to be in a committed relationship, you need to speak to each other.
But
And
then
if
the,
then-
the
and
problem is that, like for instance, the same friend was telling me that, she have tried speaking to him and tried telling him, this is not working out, I need this from you. And I need you to understand that.
So
Well, I mean,
therefore
who
it's-
wouldn't enjoy the money?
Well, and there's a saying about, do you marry for love or do you marry for money?
But that's the thing.
And if you marry for love, well, the guy might only have a push bike. Whereas if you marry for money,
You're
then you
driving
might
in the
have-
finest of the fines.
Exactly. And then someone will tell you outright, she would rather be driving in a conditioned finest of the finest than,
To roll around in a bicycle.
yeah.
No, but you see, the thing about it is, and reality is, while you'll want to roll around in the finest,
Are
the
you
richest
happy?
of richest person today could be the poorest of the poorest tomorrow.
Yes.
In a split second,
Yeah.
you could be as broken.
Yeah.
In fact, the vagrant more richer than you.
Yes.
And the thing, they're in love for the money.
Yeah.
They're in a relationship because the person has money. That
Yes.
person has made them comfortable, and because they've made them comfortable, they're emotionally
Because-
not connected, so they're going to
Yeah.
leave.
And they may not have that, fantastic house, wherever it is, the finest of the finest car to drive in. Perhaps even have a driver. So it all depends. You have to work out what it is you want in life.
Yeah.
Now, there's a guy, very famous guy, that he willingly also shares that he has asked his wife, would you still love me if I was not, at the level I'm at and with the money that we have? And she said, I will love you, but I'll miss you. I will miss you, and I still love you. Because she wants a certain standard of living, and that is fair enough. But then at the same time,
Yeah, but-
appreciate, Okay, let me ask you another question.
But you know something?
Let me ask you a question,
Yeah.
right? So, I saw someone, okay, I should say, my brother's then fiance. I was in the UK at the time, they came across to London. And I saw my brother's then fiance, and they wanted to get married. That they came in from out, and he started to take off his shoes, and she immediately went down on her knees and helped him to remove his shoes and socks.
Right.
And I thought that was the most beautiful gesture. I heard that stoop still.
Beautiful shepherdess.
No, I thought it was a beautiful gesture.
What's so beautiful about that?
Because it shows caring.
I
Caring
think
is sharing.
I
Now,
think that is
some
going
people may say,
overboard.
no. And some
Like
women will say,
slavery?
that's not slavery at all. He didn't ask us to do it. She did it of her own accord.
and he didn't stop her.
He was happy for the help.
No, he wicked.
But
How you could be? What kind of no? You gave me them kind of Roman kind of.
not at all. I thought it was beautiful.
So that's not you would do it. You do it for your husband.
I do it for my boyfriend, yes.
Take
I
off
do
his
for my
shoes and thing and
Yes, and
wash my
massage his
foot
feet.
and massage my foot and thing.
Yes. Sharing is caring. And if I can take, Dale,
Papa
I'm going to
laughs.
pull you up. I'm going to pull you up with
it-
something. On your Facebook this week,
Eh.
you put a post something about what? If a woman cannot fart in front of the man she loves, she's not in love with him.
Right.
Right.
Farting is different.
No, it's not.
Farting is a part of
No.
you. If you
Yes,
want to hide the most nastiest part of you, which is a poops, how me and you, you could love me?
The smell of someone's feet may not be the best, but by the time
No.
you're finished with them, and okay.
Yeah,
Some
but
people do have a foot fetish. But the thing is, you're massaging. Look, the man is coming from
that is a
metaphorically
wicked man now,
the
boy.
fields,
No,
all right?
I could take off
He's
my own
coming
shoes for
metaphor-
myself.
But to massage your feet, I mean, some people go for a massage. Why not let a
Go by
massage
the spa. No, all right.
Just complain
I
that he's
remember.
not at home.
I remember
And you're not
just
spending Dale.
just
he just
recently.
Said he's not spending time at home, right?
Right.
He's out working all the time. He's feeling lonely. Well, guess what? Instead of him paying to go by the spa, give him a foot massage.
No, but
right?
all right.
A leg rub.
No,
you
but
know, help ease away.
How are you
the
feeling about
stresses
that?
of the
I
day.
am saying, I don't want the woman that I love every single day for a routine to go down on her knees, to take off my shoes, take off my socks, and rub my foot. I mean, if it's a once in a blue moon something, no problem.
No, we
but
have lots of blue moons these days, right?
When you have this as a consecutive thing, it feels different. It feels like I'm made. It's like
not, I never said it was going to be a consecutive thing.
no, but I don't know why you're doing that at all. That's like all right.
No.
For instance, I have a
Okay,
friend.
let me ask you then
the
now.
man don't even cook. He don't even make breakfast. He don't do nothing. So not even once he could come in the kitchen and say, "Oh God, baby, take a little rest now. Come." Or when she gets up to go and make breakfast, the breakfast done make already. Them kind of thing.
But they get the same sort of thing. And then also, both persons, one person massage one person's feet, the next person's feet.
Yeah, but
and it's hard work, doing the vacuum cleaning and the dishwashing. Even
it's a robot for that now. It's about robot vacuum now that you don't even have to push a hand.
But they may not even have one yet.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel
and it's hard work stacking the dishwasher.
I feel some type of way.
Stand and do that. No.
I'm not allowing any woman to do that.
So
Sorry.
if I may say.
Yes, no. Take a pause. Call her good afternoon.
Good afternoon, lady.
Yes, no. She here, you know.
Yeah, no. Okay. What you need to know, guys, not every day for me to do that, but sometimes it's very romantic and coming strong and step in the time.
Oh, you saw it fast, so what's going on with your phone?
Or the phone is a stupid phone. And again, problem.
You have to send the phone to school so you go get smart.
Yeah. You see, it might be a romantic when you come from work in the evening. But you go to almost 7 get active. But you might not nothing to say, or when you just start a conversation. So let me take off it. You understand? You talk in a wherever you get it. And then whenever you start to say you're comfortable, like that, people, you get dinner and anything over here, you come and stuff like that. But it's a good gesture. Not, yeah, man, I would like that.
So you like that? You like that?
Thank you, Manu. Lovely to hear from you today. And thank you for agreeing with me. Yes!
Yes, because sometimes, you do something for you come home, and something you will find that you have to do all the time. So before you start to do it first. You understand? So that's a nice thing. I wish I could get both like that.
You only agree because you're looking for a woman just like that. You see how well
I ain't looking for no woman, but if you have it.
But we go put out a little advert. I go do a little thing for you. Let me see where it is. How you like them? Red, fluffy.
My complexion black.
You like them black, but you like them fluffy, or you like them less meat, more meat?
Well, normal size, when you hold something, you feel like you hold something in your hand.
Right. I'll get a little puppy for you.
Why you so Dale?
I go put whatever, see if I find a nice woman for Manu.
I look for a phone from instead.
But get a phone.
Yeah, boy, I have any problems with you.
Alright, then I go check the phone and see if we can get a little phone for you.
Listen, I want you to tell Rebel too. Every time I call, I go say that. Don't hold.
Oh God. You see where my hand is, eh? Yeah, we had to get a phone for Manu. Manu phone, you could hardly hear him, all kind of thing. Call a good afternoon.
Dale.
Oi.
Good evening. And to your lady there. Let me tell you something. You see all this talk about love and man and wife? I'm married 52 years now. To the same woman.
52 years here, right?
5'2", brother, 5'2".
No break, no nothing. 5'2", boy.
Congratulations,
let me tell you,
sir.
Let
me tell you something.
Yeah, listen.
My children always say, but how we all never argue. We don't argue, brother. When you're married is a 50-50 business.
Right.
And when I got married, I told my wife, I said, listen to me. I said, and you see this wallet? It's mine. I rested on the dresser. Don't go in it. You might see something you don't want to see. So don't interfere in my wallet. Your pocketbook, I have no dealing in there. You understand? But
Absolutely.
you understand? And everything is 50-50. You don't own me, I don't own you. You respect one another. And I told my wife, the day you see I start to play the fool, either you go or I go tell the children, get rid of me. Because when you and somebody join in a union, it have the love involved. And all this thing I hear saying about your woman coming to take off your shoe and all, that's crazy business. I am not going to come home in the afternoon and say, oh, baby, I'm home. What happened to the afternoon? I come home tired and I can't do it. Our brain started to click one time. Shit, like something happening outside. I do it for 2 days and she started to get worried. You understand? You never start something that you cannot continue. Because if you start taking off my shoe by the door, every day looking for that until up to this 52, I'll be looking for it. You understand?
All right.
You have to make time for one another. And if you can't make time, no matter how hard you're working, you have 3 jobs. You must have time for your partner. And if you don't have time for your partner, the world is so devious, your partner might get some influence somewhere, you know. And I always tell my wife, before we married, I said, do not take advice from nobody, no woman who not married. You understand?
And there's plenty
no
of them out there.
Woman who not married can't give you advice. They have no experience in marriage.
But
So
then
forget
the
them.
men might also try to give advice too.
Anybody who not married, you can't give nobody a man like a woman.
Yeah.
You can't give me
You can't
advice
give no
as a man
advice.
and you are married. You are married.
Yeah, yeah.
You're crazy.
Yeah.
So, you know, this life, we do too much of crazy stuff. And another thing, Dad, the people worry about, oh God, what the neighbor will say, what this one will say. If something not working, leave it and go. Don't stay to make your life miserable. You can't regain lost time, you know.
True.
But then,
So
listen
if it's not working, huh?
So, but Kola, I hear you on
Yeah.
that. But unfortunately, there are a lot of women who and so therefore for them,
Yeah.
they might stay with the husband because they haven't got the finances to move out and go elsewhere. This lady who knows that she's with a guy, he has lots of money, but she's essentially a housewife. But she wants the attention,
Yeah, but-
and she wants, she's met a guy who's willing to give her attention. He may not have the money, but he's willing to give her the time and the attention. So therefore, what is she that, other than staying true to her husband, what else can she do? Because she doesn't have the money to leave the home. And that is a real situation for a lot of women, especially where there's spousal abuse involved.
Yeah, that is guaranteed. What I'm saying, when a woman ready to leave a man, she don't just pick up and go, you know.
She does plan.
A woman, she has plans, she have everything in her timing.
Bank
And
your
then-
money.
Yeah,
She banking the money against
Yeah.
you, everything.
And men
See,
don't plan too?
Everything in her timing, my darling.
Nah,
She
men
could be
don't
poor as what?
How many?
When she's ready to go, she's gone.
Yeah.
And when she take her own time, she had a plan. Nobody could tell her when to go.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm. They will come one day and see the
So-
house empty.
Yeah, but then
You
men
know,
too.
listen to me.
The men will plan because very few men
Listen to me.
will leave
Yeah,
a
we
marriage
listen.
and go and be single. They will plan. They
Let
will
me
have
tell you
another
something.
lady lined up to go and move in
As
by.
a little
When?
boy, I was about 10 or 15 years of age. I was living in the countryside in South. And this guy was working in a quarry. Every day he's going to work, coming home. 4 o'clock he's home. And one day he was vexed with all his family for that woman. And the house was in same yard with our yard. As a little boy, my father and I was home. And a truck pulled up a day and load up everything in the house. And all the leaving there was a chair and a table. And this guy come down the afternoon, 4 o'clock, whistling with a hand of fig. And when he walked in the house, he saw the house empty. He just jump out and fall on and beat up like a fowl on the ground, you know. You understand? So this is what I'm telling you. And all this time I seen the both of them going nice, good.
Wow.
And she was planning to go.
Wow.
You understand?
Yeah.
So this life, you have to prepare for anything, and you can't just sit down and say, oh, the man, where I'll do what I'll do. What you'll do is the man drop down and dead.
Yeah.
You understand?
That is
You have all these things you have to put into consideration. Mm-hmm. So you as a human being, you have to do your thing in a way that to make you happy. I never see anybody get up in the morning and say, oh God, I want to be unhappy. I never seen that in my life since I'm born. You understand?
Understood.
So you don't just sit down and say, oh, what I will do, I ain't working, the man bringing money. That's, get up and get, brother, sister or brother. So I looked on and listened to you all, but don't start nothing when you're married. Don't start nothing you can't continue.
Thank you very
much.
much.
For the rest of your life.
Thank you very much.
All right, so you all have a good day. I locked on and listening.
Much thanks and thank you for the contribution, and I agree with that.
Thank you.
Don't start it because you're going on start that, and then halfway through you get fed up, and then you're going to say something wrong.
But at what point is halfway through? 5 months?
It could be 6 years, 20 years. It go get
Which
worse.
was halfway through.
And that's the thing. We have to understand, and all of this is like with communication, with relationship too. We have to know what each other like and what each other don't like. Mm-hmm. And then we also have to understand that there is fatigue. Mm-hmm. And you could get fatigue with anything. If I continue doing the same thing over and over and over again, I will eventually get tired. I'm going to tell you a piece of my business. For instance, in my last relationship with my son's mother, she never liked to drive. She did not like driving at all. She preferred for me to carry her wherever. But then we started to have an issue where I had things to do and you have things to do. Mm-hmm. And the times are clashing.
Yes.
So what do?
You get a driver?
No, you drive yourself.
Some people don't like driving.
No,
I love to drive.
Yeah, but the thing about
some
it
people
is...
don't like driving. And also that there's some men who don't like to be driven. They prefer to drive.
Nobody can drive me. Sorry. Nobody can drive me. And there are many reasons why. Even in terms of security as well. Okay. Nobody can drive me. Okay. I have been driven before, gotten into accidents. Wow. And even to the point I remember at a point in time rolling with a friend of mine. We've been going in a particular area that is a hotspot. Mm-hmm. Meeting somebody who is mutual and, work and stuff and studio thing and whatever. But then he got a new vehicle. Mm-hmm. And he said, boy, let me roll and we're going to pick up this person and we have some XYZ to do and whatever. And he went up into that area with this new vehicle. Oh, this vehicle that these guys don't know.
No, don't recognize, yes. I've heard some red stories about
Josephine, if I tell you, the biggest gun that you think you ever see in life, it's a gun bigger than that. The biggest 9 with the longest extended clip, these guys had in their waist. Mm-hmm. They had, and when the car was coming up the hill, these guys drew their firearms. Gosh. And the only thing that I could think about is, Lord, please forgive me for every single sin that I commit. I'm coming home.
It's not funny, but the way you're painting it is funny.
But I have to make it funny but it's serious. Yes. And the thing about it is that, not being comfortable where that is concerned, and that's our whole security risk. Then you're talking about when I come in and I talk on social media, I come out here looking like I sprang and people still recognizing me. So you always have to be alert and aware. I've been in instances, I've had mutual friends sit down in vehicles and get shoot up for nothing. Oh gosh. Mm-hmm. In fact, I've always say God does have his way and in certain things because we were supposed to line. He was supposed to pick me up. Yeah. We are supposed to be moving together. So I would have been caught up in that as well. Yes. And that is part of it. And then to me, going right back into the relationship thing, There are women who don't like to drive. There are women who don't like to wash dishes. There are women who don't like to clean. There are men who like to clean. There are men who don't like to clean. There are men who like to cook, but they don't like to wash dishes.
Yeah.
The thing about it is we have to understand each other to know how to function. But then at the same time, not because I like doing something means that you're going to overburden me in doing it. Or not because I don't have a problem in doing it means that you're going to overburden me. And then at the same time, we may say, okay, I know she don't like to drive, so I drive, and I'm not making it an issue. But then there may, other people are wrong, will find that you have to go, everything you think, and you have people like that.
They do, there are, and, you know, I'm not one of those people, so I can't really speak.
Do you like driving?
I love to drive. Absolutely love to drive. And my dad taught me to drive, and I love to say that I am a male driver with a female brain.
So you're driving gear or something? Or?
Oh yeah, my car is manual.
Serious?
Yes, I'm absolutely serious.
Serious?
Yes, Dale.
You lie. Look at
No,
that.
I'm so serious. My car is a manual.
Platinum.
And at the time when I was growing up and learning to drive.
You know she's driving gears?
At the time when I was growing up, this is going back a while back. My dad and mom used to pile us all in the car and we go up to Waterfield. And in those days, you didn't have to drive. You have seat belts and you could sit in each other's lap and so on. Some listeners may, you know, recall these times. And I learned in Waterfield. And yes, it was manual, because back in those days, manual was more common and also less expensive than automatic. Now, automatic is more prevalent. And also, cost-wise as well, I'm not sure, but I've imagined it's at the same price because you're getting more of them. But also, more importantly as well, at the time when I was doing my driving test now, because I learned to drive a little bit younger than 17, that you had to, my dad made us do the full test with a manual. Because as you know, if you just do the automatic test, you can't drive manual. Other women who have manual, they drive manual, and we just love it because you feel more engaged. However, that said, I also can enjoy an automatic because you're sitting in traffic and it's, oh gosh, I have to keep changing gears.
That traffic thing serious, isn't it?
Yes. And then if you slip up, the car could stall, so you have the embarrassment of people all around you and blowing their horns because they want to get on their journey, whilst you have to restart the car, put the car back into first gear, second gear, third gear, take off, or whatever else. Yes?
Right.
But I actually feel more engaged driving. And coming on the highway, you know, you're in fifth gear, a little bit of traffic,
boy.
you go from 5, maybe slip 2 to 3. You know, I love driving, and I feel that, you know, engagement. Automatic.
I love driving manual. My last vehicle before was a manual.
So you're driving automatic now?
Yeah. Well, one of the reasons I got a manual vehicle, got rid of it, was, you know, family life. If something is to happen or whatever, you know, somebody else could be able to drive the vehicle.
Yes.
You know, and then...
So you mean you didn't choose a young lady who knew how to drive manual?
No.
Oh, Dale.
Yeah. I don't know.
Dale.
I find... No, I like, honestly, I find it to be very sexy for a woman to be able to drive, like, to real drive, manual thing, whatever. But at the same time, it's like not really like a big necessity in the sense, you know, you need to drive manual and thing and whatever, and you know.
You loved your car. Well, you love the manual. So
yeah, but actually, I want to get back. I am saying as things settle down with me and I'm able to, you know, I want to get a manual vehicle so that, you know, when I wake up and I feel like, you know, I want to make a move.
Yes.
Jump in the car and, yo, I had a Primera with ISR 20 engine in it.
Okay.
Whew. You don't know the feeling of popping your clutch going down the road, like you see from the traffic light, and I'm in neutral, and then I just go into one and I'm balancing the clutch. I have to mash the brakes, and then I just go down on the clutch and start to hum, and you're hearing that in your chest, and you let go.
You sound like if you could write. You've heard of the book 50
I read
Shades of
dramatic,
Grey?
you know.
I realized. But you've read the book 50 Shades of Grey? You've read the book? You know the book 50 Shades of Grey?
If I've read it,
Yeah. Or you've heard of it? It's kind of like a semi-erotica kind of.
Yeah. But I watched the movie.
Oh, you watched the movie. Okay.
Right.
Well, I think you could actually write your own version, you know, the way you just talked about driving your car.
Yeah.
You could write your own version.
It's erotic.
But I will tell you, I think I do have an understanding of what you're saying, because one of my dad's teaching was avoid using the brakes if you can.
Yeah.
So use the
And when you get accustomed
gears,
with that,
the clutch, yes. And you see here in
Engine
Trinidad,
braking.
I mean, I can't say for Tobago, but certainly here in Trinidad, on the routes that I take, people, it's red lights. You can see it in the distance. And people going,
and then mashing brakes.
and mashing brakes.
Yeah.
I simply slow down and I roll up.
I don't have faith in
And-
brakes at all, you know.
And it's more than that. One of the things, the teachings from my dad, is that if there's a situation, it is quicker for you for the car to pick up momentum again if you are rolling than if you're to a full stop.
Right.
And you know, we have these stories about, and as you know, WhatsApp, and I've been told about sometimes people are being, you know, creating stories that are not true.
Right.
But we have these situations where
Cutting your brake
maybe
line
there
and
are
that kind of
people, no, not cutting a brake line, but they might be waiting for you there at the red lights to hold you up,
Right.
or to, you know, rob you and things like this. So instead of you coming to a screeching halt and then have to stand there for however many seconds before the lights change, start slowing down. You know, roll up to it. And I'd say I have about maybe 60 to 70% success rate that I'm able to judge the traffic lights sufficiently so that I keep rolling. And I don't have to mash the brakes. It's just me, the gear stick, and the clutch. I'm moving along slowly. Lights change, ramp up again, and off I go.
Right.
Yes. I mean, like other cars that have zoomed and screeched and mashed brakes, they're still trying to get, you know, momentum. So I love the gear stick. However, I can and do appreciate an automatic. So instead of traffic, sometimes you just want to relax, you know, maybe 91.1 FM, you know, so 91.9 FM. You might be rolling. Yeah, you might be.
See the numbers rolling.
Indeed. But you might be tuned in, you know, you want to relax. You might want to, you know, call in via your Bluetooth. You don't want to be thinking about having to change gears. So there are lots of benefits.
There are
for
benefits,
automatic.
and I mean, you have to love it.
I love
You have
the
to love
manual.
it to appreciate that part of it, the
Yes.
aspect of it. So I mean, and of course, nobody. If you can't do it, you can't do it. That's all on you. We would love you the same. I would love you the same. I mean, but
And there are
I just like
women-
it.
And there are persons with health situations or health conditions that eliminates them from being able to drive.
Yeah.
I am acquainted, I have friends with a lady who started having some sort of issue with her eyes. And she could not drive. She got her driving license, she loved to drive, and she just couldn't, and she got this health condition.
Wow.
So that's why, for some women, they maybe have had an experience, maybe been a horrific accident or something, they just don't want to drive.
Yeah, I want to drive there.
And others, and they may be too afraid to say, you know, Dale, honey bunny, I really love you, you know, but I'm scared of driving. There are some women who find that we drive too crazily on the roads. And they say, whoops, I'm not driving. Yeah, so they could give them the finest of the finest cars, they're still not driving. Yeah, so
Well, drivers.
now we have ride share, and now we have
Ride
you know,
shares, yeah.
there's
I'm
a-
not going to
there's
say ride shares the real thing now.
Yeah, okay. So
Ride shares the thing now, you know. People are using that. I actually do ride share.
okay.
And, you know, rideshare is one of the safest platforms in terms of getting to and through, enables people to you know, safely get there with surety. It's just you alone. Because, for instance, with me,
Yeah.
even like if I have to travel, No, when you weigh the cost, if you can't afford it, you can't afford it.
Yes.
But you could never pay for peace of mind and comfort.
Yes.
Being in a vehicle by yourself, you don't have to worry about who's smelling like what, who rubbing up on you. There are perverts out there. I had a friend the other day. She came into the country standing up on the airport, and somebody walked and smacked her on her butt.
Oh my gosh.
And when she turned around and she watched the person say, it was a mistake. Sorry.
Hey.
But she was like, you can purposely tell the difference between somebody's hand just bouncing to you and somebody's hand who actually smack and grab.
Yeah.
And there's so many weirdos out here.
Yeah. I had an incident just a couple of weeks or so ago where I'm getting out of my car and there's a guy who's smiling and waving, and I go across, go down to the driver's side to say, hey, we know each other. And he's like, I'll let you think about how we met or where we know each other from. And then the guy behind him now looks to roll down his window and tells me, I popped you first. I'm like, I didn't realize this was a competition. And I didn't even realize that he had popped his horn at me to, acknowledge me in any way. But I felt this, as you say, this disrespect, this competition, yes, and I feel for your friend. Yeah, and it's just, you they're minding your business, and somebody comes and hits you on your bum.
Wow.
Imagine if it was you,
No,
Dale.
it's.
Imagine if it was you.
No.
A woman walks past.
I cannot
Or a
imagine.
man walks past.
I cannot imagine.
And you minding your business, and taps you in the bum.
I cannot imagine. And I remember back in the day when I was playing, I used to go out and playing. I used to play I had a couple bars I used to play in. So Friday night, Saturday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. So in fact, from Wednesday straight until Sunday, I was out playing. I had house DJ jobs and that kind of stuff. And I remember at a point in time, as the house DJ, sometimes, we put on a mix as the crowd is building. And then, when the crowd is there, you come in and you play live and, you hype up the crowd and you keep the people there and let them enjoy themselves and stuff. So the crowd was building, had a nice little crowd inside, but I had a mix playing and the mix was doing the job. So I was sitting by the bar drinking whatever. A young lady came in. She looked real nice. And I remember, she's standing up by the bar. She bought a drink for herself and she's standing up there. And I noticed, because I'm thinking, she's waiting on somebody or somebody came with her.
Yeah.
So, time passed and she was still there by the thing, she's twiddling with her straw and the drink and whatever. When I realized the drink was done, I signaled the barman.
Yes.
I mean, we have our code. And
and what's that code?
I mean, there's a little wink. So when I give him the wink and the right,
The mouth.
he gave her another drink, and he said, but he actually made her drinks. It was different from what she took, and he said this was those fancy drink. I think that's light up with fire and thing and whatever.
Okay.
And then he said, this courtesy the guy on the thing there. So
the guy on the thing there.
the guy.
Okay.
So I didn't hear exactly what he said, but I saw the movement and then
the head.
him there.
For
So,
our listeners, just that head and nod inclination.
Well, so they're seeing us too.
Yeah.
So she came over and said, thank you very much, thing whatever. So so that was my opener, and I told her, I said, you're here by yourself, and she told me, yes, just came to have a nice little time and relax and stuff. I said, you play pool? She was like, well, I don't really know how to. I said, but if you're willing to learn, I could probably teach you and, whatever and stuff. So, we started to play pool.
Yes.
And we're talking and, nice little, I'm a smooth guy.
Well, you got the voice for it.
And, after we're playing, drinks running, and we're talking now, and so we're standing up again, and she's a beautiful woman. So, I'm like, wow, yeah, man. Next thing you know, this girl, she's hugging me up now, we're talking and stuff and thing and whatever. And, in those days, I felt like a hottie. I was really a hottie. I had a lot of female friends.
Yes.
And I was kind of a flirt too,
Yes.
And my back.
Ooh.
And then next thing you know, her hand is in my pants, but she's going for my butt.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, hey, you know, and that was it. That was the end of the conversation. I did not want your number. I did not want to get to know you more because you violated me.
Yes.
You know, and she was like, so you don't like that? And I'm like, no, like, that's nasty, you know? And there are people out there like that, you know, who, and I just gave you all that whole story just to say that, you know, and it was just weird. And it's like, we don't even know each other.
Yes.
And I've had experiences like that, even as a DJ. We had a code. I love codes. I had a code with my DJ at that point in time where we used to say, every party that we go to, we must pick up somebody. We must pick up a female. And I remember we went to, there was this, there was this party, I think Nurses was the name of the party. At that point in time, the party was on the Coral Vision. That's to tell you how long ago that was. And on the Coral Vision, you know, we went and it was a mature crowd, or a mixed crowd. And I remember, you know, we go in there and I'm always the person, I'm not into the standing up behind the DJ set, having a real good time. And then I saw this young lady in the corner of the boat. She had on blue. Never forgot the outfit. She had on a blue pants. No, a blue skirt, sorry. And a blue and white top. And I watched at her. And my DJ automatically knew.
This was the one.
We have a winner. And he watched me and I watched him and I watched her and I said, baby, one thing I had to tell you. And the song that he played was Woman, I Need You Like Never Before. African woman, you're the one I adore. But it's real good, eh? And she started to blush. And when she started to blush, I said, I want the boat to understand this. You're allowing me, and the whole boat say yes. And then the song came up, Taki, where you from? A long time you are watching and you never walk out. And she started to blush. Watch now. We had a plan set. This was something that we planned in terms of not like planning the music that we play, but you know, we had a connection and we always knew how to entertain people and stuff. And at that same time, Jam Melody had his Earth Strong. So I got the call and it's like, hey, you need to pass. We're going in Roses, having my birthday down there. We're doing something. I want you to pass through. You know, let's come and play some tune as well. But you know, it's my birthday. I want you all there to celebrate with me. So after the boat ride, in fact, I lie. Before the boat ride finished, we finished play. I come and stand up there. And one of my partners and them witnesses were DJ and a partner of mine and thing, and I watching she. And she watching me. And her friend is there. So her friend come across and say, my friend want to know why I watching her so much. I say, because I can't help but take my eyes off of her. You know, when something is beautiful, I may never see her again. So I want to capture every moment that I could get.
Oh, wow.
So the friend and all was like, wow, like you have real lines. And I'm like, yeah, I have lines. So she came, I said, tell her come now, you know. So she came and we started to talk and, you know, I just asked us the normal basic thing, where you from, where you doing, take, whatever. And she's smiling and ting. And then I realized when we were leaving, I said, well, what are you doing? She said, well, I don't know. I feel like I could go and lime somewhere and think. I said, well, yeah, what's going on? We're going Jam Melody birthday bash thing, whatever. You could come and go with us. She said, all right, cool. And apparently whoever the crew was that she was with, she told them, you know, well, I'm going with the DJ and stuff. And the man come and say, hey, take care of my people, ting. All right. Now, in them time, I was driving a Mercedes-Benz E250 coupe. So, when she saw the vehicle, I realized then that she was a materialistic girl.
Oh.
And
what gave her away?
She started to throw herself on me.
Oh.
Like literally. Like after the party, when we was going to drop her home, she was just saying, you know, I don't want to go. Why carry me home? You gotta carry me by you. And I'm like, fam, we now meet each other. Like you're ready to give it up already. And it wasn't really, you know, because you're materialistic. Because hey, if I give it up, you go, you know.
So if she, instead of coming on to you, if she'd offered you to wash your feet,
I'll be turned off too. I'll be turned off too. I just get turned off real quick. The foot massage, all right. Let me give you this one quick thing, I know.
And
one quick thing in terms of like a massage. my son's mother would have done. We spoke about it, and she asked me, can I wash your feet? And she did that, and I found that to be like a wow thing. And I always encourage whatever it is that you're doing, you must understand what you're doing and why you're doing it, and not just do it. So she had to explain to me why she's doing what she's doing, the reason behind it, and then we participated in it, because it don't make sense. You're doing something and you're just doing it for doing its sake, and that's the time that anybody touched my foot to wash my foot besides going by the spa.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you see, with all that quality time though, but
mainly the new generation, they like material things, but we had to pause it there to slow gospel music right here on the Street 919 FM, guys.
All right.
Y'all be safe.
So, and be safe out there.
Broadcasting from Trinidad to the world, the Street919FM.com.
It's the weekend.
Yo. It's a feel-good weekend.
On the street.
I wanna make love to you.
Where we turn down the talk and turn up the music. Playing all your favorite songs and artists of yesterday and today.
We sing, send me after them before. When all the sun get red, I'm like a blazing fire.
Right here on the street. 919 FM.
We are The Street, the only radio station bringing balance to the nation. 91.9 FM.
I know that there's no greater name than the name of Jesus. Hallelujah. You see, when you call on his name, miracles happen. Chains are broken, yokes destroyed, and families restored. So how can I not praise him? Hallelujah. No